Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are discussing the upcoming Morbid Hour live stream, which will be taking place on Thursday, June 26th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by Lord Hellhound over at the Horror&Metal channel, and featuring Horrorfan88 and, of course, myself. And this month we're going to be discussing the worst horror sequels of all time. Yes, there's a lot of them, aren't there? There's going to be so much to talk about. Just to throw a few at you guys, I'm going to say, Jaws the Revenge or Jaws 4. You definitely got to throw this one under the bus. I mean, The Shark Has a Vendetta. The Shark Roars. Ugh. Now, some people do enjoy this one, but I don't. I think it's the worst in the franchise for a number of reasons, and that is Hellraiser Bloodlines, which was the last Hellraiser film to be released in theaters. And the reason for that is this movie is terrible. So every film after that was released straight to video, and that's why, because of the failure of Hellraiser Bloodlines. Now, you might say some of the straight to video ones were worse than this, but it's like, you don't expect a straight to video horror film to be good, so that's why I think Hellraiser Bloodlines is the worst. Now you have Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. And I don't think anybody likes this one. It's so freaking dark you can't see what's going on. And I absolutely hate this film. It's the only one in the franchise that I can't stand, and that is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, or The Final Nail in the Coffin. Well, almost, Wes Craven did come back and do New Nightmare, thank God, so he did save the franchise. But if they just left this as the Final Nightmare, oh, what a horrible way to go out. It's such a bad film. Freddy at this point was just a complete farce, a complete parody of what he was in the original film, It's just sad to see how far the series had fallen by that point. And definitely, when it comes to the Halloween franchise, there's a couple you could pick, but I have to pick Halloween Resurrection. I think it's just a piece of crap, It's just product. It's just a film that was made to cash in on the name of the Halloween franchise and on the success of Halloween H2O, which had such a great ending. And of course, this film erases all of that, And, it's such a bad movie. I can't even deal with it. With Busta Rhymes, Kung Fu kicking Michael Myers out the window and stuff, Trick or treat, motherfucker! There's so much cringe-worthy dialogue in the film, too. There's no memorable characters whatsoever. It's so bad I can't stand it. And of course, Exorcist II, The Heretic, many people have said that is the worst horror sequel of all time. While I don't necessarily agree with that, I feel the film is watchable, It is kind of creepy at some points. The tone of it is kind of creepy, and the score by Ennio Morricone is maddening and intense, But outside of that, it is a colossal failure. I mean, when you consider they had everything in place. You had Linda Blair coming back. You had Max von Sydow coming back as Father Merrin. You had an incredible cast. Richard Burton, Louise Fletcher, James Earl Jones. I mean, how do you miss with that cast, And somehow they do, and I don't know what the heck they were thinking of with this story. It's so bad. And yeah, cringe-worthy dialogue, It's so bad. And it's kind of an insult to the original film. That's the thing, the original film is so great, and it's one of the greatest horror films of all time. It's like, how do you follow that up? And they certainly did not in this film. So when it comes to the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, some of the sequels are absolutely horrendous, and I think the worst for me is probably part 3, you know, with with Bill Moseley when he's wearing the oh man, when he's wearing that contraption on his head and it shows his brain exposed now. Oh man, it's so bad. And you could pretty much pick any of the Howling sequels. Your Sister as a Werewolf, the original Nightmare, the Freaks, whatever, you know, they're all horrendous. And far inferior to the original film. There's not one single film in the franchise that holds a candle to the original. It's just not even... I can't even watch them. They're just, like, unwatchable to me. At least part 2 is somewhat watchable. You got Christopher Lee in there. It's super campy. You got Sybil Danning in there, who's gorgeous. You know, at least she brings some eye candy to it, you know. But horrible practical effects, and each movie that follows, it gets a lower and lower budget, and it's just horrible. But for me, the peak of horribleness is Howling 6, The Freaks, when you got this circus carnival in there, you got vampires in there, you know. You got horrible effects. Oh man, it's so bad. It's just the peak of horribleness. So, yeah, so many horrible sequels to great horror franchises, and man, we're going to be talking about a lot of them. So, very much looking forward to this. It's going to be so much fun. So, don't miss it. Thursday, June 26th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Morbid Hour live stream hosted by Lord Hellhound from Horror&Metal. I will have the link in the description of this video to his channel, so definitely check him out, show him some love, and thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good evening, folks, and we got some brand new merchandise for you over at www.thehorrorcona.com, and that's C-O-N-A.com. Representing the Horror Corner. Great new design. We got the Morbid Hour live stream there, you got the Horror Hangout live stream there, and you got my nemesis, the Dark Fate. So grab your t-shirt over at www.thehorrorcona.com. And we also got this beautiful new mug. Look at that. Very, very cool. Thought that came out really nice. So grab your merchandise today over at www.thehorrorcona.com.